With the Commonwealth turning 60 this year, Mr. Miliband reflected on the past and considered what the future may hold for the association. The Foreign Secretary was speaking to the Director of the Royal Commonwealth Society, Danish Raja. In a wide-ranging conversation, he discussed the role of the Commonwealth in the modern world.
I think the Commonwealth is a unique soft power institution. We live in a world of shared risks, where the problems of terrorism, climate change, instability spread from one country to another, one region to another. And one of the problems of the modern world is the lack of effective, strong international institutions. In the main, those are going to be institutions with formal power. But I'm a great believer that you need soft power as well as hard power. And the Commonwealth, by virtue of its unique membership, north, east, south and west, all races, all religions, all regions, I think can be an effective soft power institution that at a minimum helps to spread understanding and at its best will promote common action.
Mr. Miliband spoke about the global dialogue taking place on the Commonwealth.
Well, there are 2 billion people out there who are members of the Commonwealth family, and I don't think we've done a good enough job at engaging them, talking to them about the future of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth was founded on the basis of strong shared values. It does have a potentially unique role in bringing cultures and countries together, but it needs to prove its worth with real focus, real drive and real determination in some important areas. I think that can't just be done by the elites of the Commonwealth. It needs to be driven forward by a sense of eagerness and engagement on a rather wider scale. And that's why I welcome not just the substance of the conversation that we're going to have, but the process as well.
The Foreign Secretary outlined the issues he thought the Commonwealth should be focusing on.
Well, I think it's always good to go back to your strengths and then ask, how do you deploy them? Big strength number one is the values of the Commonwealth. So I think my starting point would be that the first priority I would highlight is the ability of the Commonwealth to turn its fine words about democracy and the rule of law into actions in all of its countries. So that's a USP. Secondly, second big strength is the breadth of the Commonwealth. And what is the big issue that affects every part of the world, whatever your race or your religion? For me, it's climate change. So I would secondly put climate change up there as a big issue, a big priority. Thirdly, you've got to ask yourself, of the problems of misunderstanding that exist around the world, what's going to be the answer to that? Well, you may defend nations with armies, but you advance civilization through education. And so I think that educational mission is very, very important for the Commonwealth. But my top 3 aren't necessarily the top 3 that are going to end up at the end of this conversation. And I think that's an important part of this process, and I hope that there'll be challenge for those ideas. But where I do think we're right is to say that unless an organisation has focus, it will not have the distinctive pull that it needs in the modern world.
World leaders will gather at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Trinidad and Tobago in November of this year. There they'll be presented with a set of recommendations based on the ongoing Commonwealth conversation.